It was like a mist creeping in, subtle, insidious. It completely enveloped me before I was even aware of it. The way my dad carried himself, his immaculate dress and deportment, and work ethic always embodied his time in the military. Even as a child, I knew that the military was part of who I was too. Pride welled up again when I sat beside my husband at his own retirement dinner after serving 24 years in the infantry. The only time I felt prouder was watching my son sign the papers at his own swearing-in ceremony. Being a military family member is part of my identity, not secondary to my loved ones' uniforms, not an extension of them. It's me. Not anyone could do it. Perhaps even my hardened, Harley-riding, tattooed combat veteran husband isn't made of the stuff required to be a military spouse. When you love someone with PTSD, there's a shift. A lot of the focus turns to them, their health, their recovery, their symptoms, their triggers. It was so difficult to watch my husband's battle and the toll it took on him. I wanted to fix it, make it easier for him and everyone else around, our kids, parents. So I was willing to make sacrifices and relinquish things out of love and for wanting to help. Without awareness, I began to loosen my boundaries in what I thought was supporting him and his PTSD. I didn't say no. I stopped taking time for myself. I didn't call him out when I thought things were more and more unbalanced. And I took on more responsibilities. I relied on no one. The mist eventually advanced, overtook, and enveloped me. I lost myself, my identity, my sparkle. I remember losing sight of everything, and I felt like I was constantly trying to get my bearings. We couldn't see each other through the mist. He and his PTSD were causing such a divide in our relationship. He and his PTSD were preventing us from participating in and experiencing so much. While I was supporting my husband on the home front, in my professional life, I worked supporting other military and veteran families living with PTSD. I did a lot of public speaking events. These could sometimes be emotionally tiring. I lived with PTSD and worked with PTSD. Following one event, my husband and I went for dinner and then returned to our hotel. I was drained. I broke down and lashed out. I'm so sick of PTSD. I deal with it everywhere I go. I never get a break. I'm so tired of it. In the most empathetic way, my husband gently wrapped his arms around me and said quietly, "Me too." In those words, there was a temporary clearing in the mist. His words weren't to call for attention or to minimize what I had expressed. He saw I was impacted too. It wasn't him and his PTSD. It was us as a team against the PTSD, against the impact on him, against the impact on me, the impacts on our family. Through a lot of hard work, counseling, and communication, we worked through many issues, including my lack of boundary setting. The mist started to lift, and we could see each other more clearly. Sure, some days that mist begins to roll in, but I recognize it when I start losing sight of myself, and it reminds me that that is also something worth fighting for.